All right, so Terrorizer here with Peter from Vader, late in the evening on, again, day 4. It did start raining again, like I told you it was going to happen. But what I want to know right now, Peter, is there was a lot of different rumors floating around as to why the previous members had left the band when they did, and I'm just wondering if you could clear that up for us, and was it just time for them to move on?
It's not a rumor, just like if they wanted to leave, I let them go. I don't need a people who doesn't like to be in a band, you know. It's like you may be in 100% or go.
Okay.
It's just 2 ways now. So like now, we spent a good time. We created like several good albums together. We played a lot of good shows together. So I may just wish them good luck in the future in their own ways. So maybe they will see how it is to work like hard, like for every part of success, because it's not as easy. It's not as easy. So, but we continue our work, you know. So I got new guys. I never had a problem to find out the good musicians, like to continue the work. And so we got a new album, Necropolis.
Well, how did that go? I mean, what did the other guys bring to the table?
I think it's too early to say about like bringing something to the music, because we play together on stage live, but in the studio I just need, I think me and the rest of the guys, they need more time to spend to understand Vader and the meaning, you know, just to be a part of a band and a creation. You need to spend more time together, just to, you know, get this way, you know. I don't want to be like another one band, to sound like another one band, you know. Just Vader must be Vader because the fans expect this from us, you know. So that's why we're not gonna disappoint them.
Well, do you ever find it frustrating writing now after having written so many albums and been going at it for so long? Do you ever find yourself frustrated? How do you keep it fresh? I'm a watcher, you know. I'm a watcher, and metal is a kind of language I use to communicate with the fans, and I think that's the answer. Because it's really hard to say fresh, not fresh. This is subjective, and we like, but we're still active. Maybe that's the answer. It's not, we're not a band who like thinks so we gain success, and so it's nothing more to do. Metal has, it's like borders, but in between these borders there's so much to say, and there is so unspoken things yet. So it's like, I think there's still time and a chance like for more and more albums to bring more metal just for next generations, because now we play for like maybe 2 or 3 generations of metalheads, and this is good, and so every next generation needs the same like power hit, you know, the metal. Absolutely. Well, you'd released the name Necropolis like late last year, and that was way before you'd actually started doing the writing, the pre-production, everything else. I'm just wondering if that meant that like there's an idea behind Necropolis. Is there a concept?
You know, first I wanted to call the album the Book of the Dead, and because of like the main theme about like what we are talking about at the beginning of Vader, so more like mystical things, like H.P. Lovecraft poems, like this kind of stuff. But then I found Necropolis is good, like from there were 2 reasons. First, the Book of the Dead and Necropolis is actually the same meaning, you know. And the Necropolis was also like the very first song we ever composed in Vader. So I used this one just to close up this first touch with the first album, even if it's like pretty much influenced by the others. There is the most usually the first album is called the Finished Passion. You can find the Finished Passion in that. You know, we never wanted to lose it just because we're older and just because we play so many shows and record many albums. Like routine is something which kills the music, and we try to avoid it. If we're talking about routine and Vader's, just because we still try to play as good as possible, and that's it. So that's why, like calling the album Necropolis, we try to bring the beginning of Vader, still a big passion with creating music. That was the time so different to today. There was no business. There was not like stars in metal, like, you know. It's like, that's why we try to bring the old days when the music was the most important and the fans were like communicate face to face, not just by internet, you know. And that's all about this.
Okay. Well, I mean,
mean, it took a long time for Vader to get recognized, or even the Polish death metal scene. You know, I mean, it's been around forever, but it just seems like it's something that's recently, you know, actually had its time in the limelight. Why do you think it took so long when the scene was so strong to begin with?
I don't know, maybe territory, maybe mentality, maybe the history. I think altogether, like makes Poland special. You know that extreme metal is like 99% of all bands now existing. So I never asked that, but I never asked anybody like why it's that. So I was asked for that like many times, but I don't know the answer to that. Maybe that's what I just said.
Okay.
Probably territory, traditions, maybe this.
Okay. Well, it's been 25 years. Do we get 25 more?
Why not? Like, if there will be still people to play for, I'm ready.
All right, well, now we know Vader's going to be around for as long as Vader can be around. Thank you, Peter. Let's have a big high five. Yes.